Monopoly Rivals: How to Play. The object of this two-player Monopoly game is to buy all the properties on the board and bankrupt your opponent. Lay out the board and shuffle the community chest and chance decks and place them face down on the board. Each player picks a color and receives all the colored houses of that color, along with 8 $100 bills and 4 $50 bills. The remainder of the money stays with the bank. Each player picks a token, then places it on go. The player with the closest birthday goes first, then turns alternate. On your turn, roll the die and move your token exactly that many spaces clockwise around the board. If you land on an unowned property, you may place one of your houses on it to claim it, but you do not need to pay the bank any money for it. If you land on a property that you already own, and you own the entire property colored set, then draw one chance or community chest card. If you land on a property that you already own, but the other matching colored set property is unowned, then you auction that unowned property to the highest bidder. The winner of the auction pays the bank and places their house on the property. If you land on a property owned by your opponent, then you must pay them the value of the property as indicated by the board, or negotiate another deal by offering to trade them properties in exchange for rent. You may not postpone payment to a future turn. You must pay them that turn. If you land on a property that is part of a full colored set owned by your opponent, then you must pay them double the amount shown on the board. If you land on go to jail, then you must move your token to the jail space and lose your next turn. Then you are released. Only one player can be in jail at a time. If you land on free parking or just visiting, then nothing happens. If you land on a chance or community chest space, then draw the top card from the corresponding deck and follow its instructions. If you draw a just say no, skip the rent, double rent, or triple rent card, you may keep them face up on the table to use later. You must play all other cards immediately. After playing a card, place it back on the bottom of its deck. If you owe rent and are unable to pay, you may sell properties back to the bank for the listed price, or you can sell the property to your opponent for an amount they are willing to pay. If you are unable to pay rent, or if your opponent owns all of the properties, then you have lost the game and your opponent is the winner.